Hello and welcome to the third devlog of the still unnamed nuclear power plant game. Today I'm adding functionality to the characters I made last devlog as well as adding some smaller features and changes. The first thing I added is that you will now mutate when you reached high enough levels of radiation. And you will randomly mutate in one of the 5 different mutants I made in the last devlog. As a mutant you will not be able to use items anymore. So you can no longer shoot a gun. Instead, you are able to use a scream ability, which allows you to see more for a short time, and in the future you'll be able to make a noise. I haven't made the audio yet, okay? Just leave me alone. When you get shot as a mutant, you will temporarily lose all vision and will be unable to move. And finally, for the mutants, we have, well, the mutations. There are a lot of different mutations. Most importantly, the mutant variant that you have, your walk speed, your max health and stamina, and how much radiation you emit. Of course, there are a lot more stats that will randomly mutate every single game you play. Next up, we have the hazmat suit. You are now able to equip a hazmat suit with these hazmat suit lockers, and the hazmat suit will be taken from the locker, and it will take about 10 seconds for the hazmat suit to respawn. You can't equip a hazmat suit if you're already wearing one or you're a mutant. When you have equipped a hazmat suit, you will be able to wear it for 60 seconds and the radiation bar will turn yellow, showing how much time you have left. And since you can't see the radiation bar, it would be kinda unfair if you would immediately mutate when you lose your hazmat suit. I added this warning icon that will show you when you're in an area with high levels of radiation. And finally, the hazmat suit has been updated to now include a built-in flashlight, so you don't have to carry a flashlight around when you're also trying to carry radioactive materials. Next up, I added audio filters for voice chat. So far I've only made them for the hazmat suit, so when you're wearing a hazmat suit, other players will hear your voice as if you were in a hazmat suit. Yeah, if you're in a hazmat suit, you will be heard differently. It's pretty obvious that this is not a good way to communicate with other people. Next up I added ragdolls. So now when you die, you will turn into a ragdoll. And since ragdolls are really funny, just enjoy some ragdolls flying around. Next up, but still on the topic of death, I have added ghosts. If you die, you will turn into a ghost, and you will no longer be able to collide with a lot of objects, because you are a ghost. And you will only be able to see other ghosts, and normal players will no longer be able to see you. And finally, the small changes and extra features. Since the art style of my game makes any readable text way too big, I have added notes. Notes will allow you to read text that isn't there by showing you this text pop-up when looking at something that should have text. And I also changed the gun that if you hit sometimes it will spawn a fire, like 1% of the time. And I also updated the flashlight model. And finally I made some changes to the inverse kinematics to work better when walking at lower speeds. And that is all I made for this month. It was actually a month this time, not 2 months. But thank you for watching. Hope you have a good day. And goodbye. See you next month. Hopefully. It's gonna be not a month again. I know it. I know it's not gonna be a month. It's gonna be like 5. Just it's gonna be like winter again. Doesn't matter. Goodbye.